Yo, what's up, everybody? We are live trading on Novex.finance. You also hear the space in the background. We're getting ready to have the space going. We're going to restream to a couple different spots. It's going to be pretty awesome here. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Trade Talk, powered by Novex Finance. You could be anywhere else, but you're choosing to vibe with us. Let's freaking run it up. Let's play a couple songs. Westside Crypto Hustle, baby.
Charts light up, glow brighter than the Vegas Strip. CME gaps got the streets on a crypto trip. Candles dancing, wicks slicker than a hustler's drip. Novix move silent, no need for a clip. Legend in the trade, fingerprints on the block. Blockchain buzzing every tick like a Glock. Defy dreams, I'm stacking on that each rock.
All right, reset. My bad, guys. We'll run it back.
Charts light up, glow brighter than the Vegas Strip. CME gaps got the streets on a crypto trip. Candles dancing, wicks slicker than a hustler's drip. Novix move silent, no need for a clip. Legend in the trade, fingerprints on the block. Blockchain buzzing every tick like a Glock. Defy dreams, I'm stacking on that each rock. Wallet full of alpha keys, turn never lock. Novex Finance, where the game gets flipped. Light up, glow brighter than the Vegas Strip. CME gaps got the streets on a crypto trip. Candles dancing, wicks slicker than a hustler's drip. Novix move silent, no need for a clip. Legend in the trade, fingerprints on the block. Blockchain buzzing every tick like a Glock. Defy dreams, I'm stacking on that each rock. Wallet full of alpha keys, turn never lock. Novex Finance, where the game gets flipped. Candle pattern sparking every chart we grip. Decentralized hustle, never sink, never slip. West side grind, making coins do flip. Bulls charge hard, bears lurking in the fog. Patterns in the smoke, I'm the wizard with the log. Fibonacci spirals, I'm the code in the car. Crypto moves sharper than a diamond-studded dog. Green and red candles paint Picasso on the screen. Liquidity pulls deep, pockets never lean. Whale swim silent, but I peep the scheme. Alpha moves nightly, cashing out the dream. From the Satoshi code to the ether's flame, Novix rewrites rules in this money game. Charles speak the gospel, prophets proclaim. West side rider, blockchain my claim. Deep in the pines, no Wi-Fi, just vines. Charts spread out, Fibonacci designs. CME gaps like ghosts in the mist. Candles burn slow, every wick got a twist. Solitude, silence, and carves out the play. Bear bully dances, no steps go astray. Alpha moves sharp like a hawk on the prowl. Numbers don't lie, he's the wolf with the howl. Clutch in the shadows, move so divine. Forest in the market, both intertwined. Catching that green while the trees sway fine. Legend on the charts, his name's a shrine. Heard the wind whisper, shorted along. Wrote a sonnet and leverage a charting song. Green candles sprout like moss bark. Red candles drip like blood after dark. The hedge fund whispers, they envy his grit. Trend lines obey when his cursor's lit. No discord noise, just the owls the fate. He swings like a pendulum, never too late. Monotone scatter, his trades leave a trace. Charts in his mind, no screen to replace. Cold air bites, but the profits stay warm. Market storms rage, he thrives in the storm. Charts dance, red and green. green crypto tango. Clutch sees the angles, move sharper than Rambo. Bear trap snap, but he walks unfazed. Like Fibonacci spirals, his plans a maze. Bull runs charge, he rides him like a kingpin. Signal singing, wallets fat, digits clinging. Never panic sell, now he calculates. Eyes on the breakout while the market debates. Clutch moves, he don't flinch, no fear. Candles go bright when the path ain't clear. Clutch moves, he's the one they all fear. Stacking those wins year after year. He reads charts like books, Elliott Wave plots. Others guessing blind, Clutch connects the dots. MACD, RSI, trendline sniper. Why they chase the hype? He's the quiet decipher. Whispers to himself, patience pays the bold. Timing the entries, that gets pure gold. No noise in his zone, just signals he reads. Plays the long game, planting profit seeds. Clutch moves, he don't flinch, no fear. Candles glow bright when the path ain't clear. Clutch moves, he's the one they all cheer. Stacking those wins year after year.
Let's frickin' go, baby. Welcome to Trade Talk. Hope you're having a great start to your day. As always, the pain in the market can make us feel a little different about the things that are going on. Like, do you get prepared in moments like this? Well, following around and being with the right crew really is one of those things that matters. And a lot of people just usually aren't ready for that. So, what we're gonna work on is getting all of our listeners just to be better, just to trade more, to stay in the game more. You want people to last. And in this space, a lot of people don't last. Why is that? It's because they overtrade. They start doing things that they probably shouldn't. They go with big portions of their their portfolio. They just start doing things that they really shouldn't. So at the end of the day, we're going to really work on making sure all our traders are as ready as it gets. Before we do that, we do have Novex.finance being streamed on Restream. So go ahead and check that out so you can see the charts. A lot of moving parts when it comes to to just leverage trading. Many people talk and say a lot of things, but if you're not watching the charts, how can you really understand it? But we're going to tap in with a couple people here. Let's start with Andrew. What's up, Andrew? How are you doing, brother? What's the play today? Were you marked safe this weekend? And how was your weekend, bro?
Man, I had a good weekend for real. I didn't do too much trading. I'm avoiding trading on the weekends right now, if we're being honest. So I was marked safe by being inactive on the charts a little bit. But congratulations to anybody who had a winning weekend. I had a good weekend with the fam. We did a surprise party for my my stepdad's 70th birthday. So it was pretty cool for him to show up and walk in and see all those people and be excited about it. So it was a good weekend for me. But I'm hyped to be back. I'm hyped to talk trading. I'm hyped to talk Novex. I'm hyped to find some money plays this week, baby, because that's what we do in here. And guys, this is Trade Talk. If this is your first time here, welcome. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you follow me, Clutch, and the Novex pages so you don't miss this. Also, guys, do us a favor. Repost the space, tag a friend in the comments. You don't got any friends, just say what's up. You never know if you're gonna bump us up the algorithm, regardless of where you're tuning in from. Man, this goes out everywhere. X, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch probably too on there somewhere, right? but we're sending this everywhere, baby. So regardless of where you're tuning in from, say what's up, ask any questions you guys got, and let's get to the money today, baby. The way we get down around here, man, I do a quick check-in topic for, everybody wants to grab in a mic and kind of get ourselves dialed into the market for the day and the week. And then we'll kick it over to Clutch. He's going to look at the charts. He's going to let us know what he's seeing. He's going to try to call a trade for the episode, but he'll at least give you a range in a direction for the next 2 days. So, you guys can just trade the shit out of it, trade it like crazy, until we come back here on Wednesday. So I'm excited to see what Clutch has cooking for us. But I do have a quick check-in question for us, guys. And before I get to the check-in question, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, NovexFi. It's the exchange, the people's exchange. It was built by traders for traders. So guys, shoot them a follow too, and jump into Telegram, man. We as a community of traders in Novex are trading profitable, and that's unheard of for an exchange to where as a whole the traders are on there are profitable. But it's because we show up and we do these 3 times a week and feed the community trades and information, but then jump in that Telegram, because you're going to see Ghost in there, not only streaming, almost every day, but he's going to be in there giving you every trade he makes too. And he's a profitable trader. Clutch is in there live trading. I call some trades. I've been inactive calling trades as of late, but I drop some bangers when I drop them in there. But yeah, guys, we give you the trades. You guys need to be successful. So if you're trading anywhere else, you definitely want to check it out, because it's got everything you want. It's by traders. And if you're not winning, you need to start trading on there, because it's the spot you're going to win if you show up and click the buttons. But guys, let's get to
Are you winning, son?
If you're in the Novex Telegram, you are. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know. I get everybody else in the timeline's bearish or bullish, and I'm like, dang, what are you guys seeing that I'm not? The bearish mind, or not, I'm not even bearish in general, but like the sane mind cannot comprehend what you guys are seeing is making you guys bullish right now. So I'm curious, and that kind of goes into my topic for today, man. Is I hate to get on here and just rain on the market's parade, but I gotta call out what's going on Solana, and what's going on is not much. There's really not much going on. It came to my attention that Solana only has 516 active daily traders. That is insane. At peak, I think we are at I don't want to say peak, because what I'm recalling is the NFT bull run, which was actually during the bear market. We had 4,000 daily active wallets. Now we're in a supposed bull market, and I know later after when we in this space agree Solana was bullish, right? We did have more active wallets, but now we're in a quote unquote bull market, and Solana only has 516 daily active traders. We have 108 people in this space right now. So if everybody here is traded on Solana daily, you guys are accounting for 25% of the volume. So that's where we're at as a market, guys. You guys are trading against each other. So man, that's why we're on perps, I guess. But yeah, guys, what do you think about this, man? Will the action flow back to Solana, or do you guys think it's headed somewhere else? What is going on here? And I want to throw it over to the Trader Max, man. Haven't heard from Trader Max too much, because we were away for a minute. Max was away building like he always is. But Max, man, I know you're a guy that's just active, everywhere from building to being in the trenches. What do you think about this, man? Only 516 daily active wallets on Solana. Is that action coming back, or is it going somewhere else?
I think you're exactly right that it is bearish, but with the way that Novex Finance and trading perps has changed my forecast of trading and being in this market, is I'm neither bear or bull anymore. I'm just trader. As far as 500 plus, I think those numbers are a little bit skewed somewhere, because I know personally with bots and other systems out there, there's a lot more action. That might be something as of late. I'm not sure where the numbers came from, but I'm definitely going to look into it. I'm coming back into trading again. I used to traded for 20 plus years in the Forex market and derivatives. Being that the fact that there is a perps situation that I've just learned about here this last year, I'm stoked. I was always bullish in everything I did. You had to be in stocks, you had to be in some of those things, but to be able to short and do everything I need to do, yeah. I don't really care what the market's doing anymore. I shouldn't say I don't care what direction the market's going, because I'm going to take advantage of it either way. And that's the real power of what you're learning here too, in this group and in the Novex and what we're building with some of the websites and the systems that we're building, is learn how to trade and make it your own, so there's no more taking time off because it's in a bear, or you think it's in a bear. It's get in and know how to get in and get out.
No,
It was probably part sales pitch there. I apologize.
no, I like it, man. And kind of what you really said is, like I was saying before, right? I'm not truly bearish in general. I'm macro bullish, but I'm just taking what the market gives me and the opportunities it throws me. And I just see more opportunities to the short side. And like you said, you're a guy that comes from, like futures, Forex, our Forex and commodities and stuff like that. So like you definitely get the short market.
Oh yeah. And I think for me, I think now bearish and bullish really turns to your psychological profile. Like, can you remain positive when you got to know how bullish you are. If the market hits the shit and goes to the bear side, do you panic? Do you panic sell? Do you run out and try to grab more wallet? Do you ape in more? So I think nowadays it's as everybody wants to be bullish, like from the meme market and the altcoin market, but there's a mentality now that you got to. Being bullish is more about training and learning how to trade. And how to trade those times when it's bad, how to get out when the top's there or the bottom is there, getting in when the bottom is there. I think too, your mentality goes to self-protection as well. Like, I heard you say earlier, like I was home all weekend with the fam. That rejuvenation is a consolidation, if you will. If you want to talk confluence, then confluence, like if you're looking at the CME or something else, is you and how you result in your mentality to trade, right? You got to go into being a good trade. I used to spout all the time, only trade when you're in what we call an Einstein window, right? When all shits are firing, so the mentality of bullish to bearish now for me is, what kind of mindset are you in when you go to trade the market?
Oh yeah, man. My mindset is everything.
A painful
right?
one.
And that's why, like I always say, and clutch to the two, that when I'm trading, man, like that's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to run around and do other stuff. No, we use high leverage, so you go take a piss and you get liquidated. So you gotta be careful.
Wait, what's a liquidation, Andrew?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that one is yet.
Yeah,
I think I may have had one. I'm not sure.
what is that? That is that like made of water? What exactly is a liquidation?
I think it comes through my foundation. The liquidation comes through my foundation. And goes
The
into
proclamation of declaration of the liquidation to your foundation. I got you.
Until you're emancipated. Exactly.
No, that's
In
right.
my house, we only have toilets, so liquidation in my house comes from Gatorade.
And Diet Pepsi. Jeez.
No, now liquidation makes sense. It's when you're flushing your money down the toilet. That makes perfect sense. But I'll get good to.
We need the toilet. We need the toilet thing in there. The little toilet button.
Or is it that? Where's our soundboard guy? But I'll get good to hear from you this morning, Trader Max.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for letting me come out. There it is.
Hey,
Two pips short.
I was texting Ghost, so that's Ghost's fault for demanding such unlimited free data.
I was looking for Mrs. Chris in here, but I didn't see it when I heard the soundboard. So you got us trained well.
She's not ready to talk yet, as the Clutch household continues to dominate the lotto poker community. We are now the 3-time winners of the High Roller Poker Tournament. Don't at me unless you're inviting me on a special invitation to come in and whoop your ass on poker. All right.
Let's keep it moving. Let's keep checking in. We got to get on these charts soon here. But let's throw it over. Let's throw it to Buddy. Got to hear from my dog, Buddy. What's good, Buddy? How you doing, homie? And what do you think about, volume on Solana just drying up? There only being 516 active daily wallets. Do you think that the action's coming back, or is it going to flow elsewhere?
Go Bears, first off and foremost. Yes, thank you. Yeah, bro. For a second, I almost pooped my pants when you said that, because that would put us double a pulse chain. That chart is actually X1000. It's 516,000, about 500,000 active traders on Solana, bro. That would be nuts, because we would all, if half of us were here, we'd all be billionaires just laughing at the world. But yeah, no, it's 516,000 active traders on Solana. So don't get too worried yet, guys.
Define
So
too
thanks
worried.
for the almost heart attack, though, Andrew. I was like, what the fuck did I miss? What's Solana at right now? $3, dude? Like, shit, dude. Yeah, thanks for the scare. Thanks for the scare, dude. I know there were some people in the crowd not saying shit. I'm like, come on, guys, dude. I know you guys know this. Yeah, dude, there's like 400 active traders on a recently migrated pump fund token. So that would be kind of crazy too. But yeah, nonetheless, dude, it is dramatically lower than it was at peak, or whatever we want to call it, Pico top. I don't know. I'm just I'm not really a trader. I really don't perp trade. I buy Bitcoin and I hold Bitcoin and I grab Solana on dips, and sometimes I fire at a meme coin. Sometimes I just hold it. I don't try to overcomplicate it. But in times like this, I would definitely recommend learning about it, especially you guys are providing free education. I talk about it on my spaces all the time. Like, you guys want to learn this, head over to Novex, get in their TG, and learn. That's what you do in a bear market. You build or you get educated. And that's definitely what we're in now. And I definitely appreciate you guys too, always dropping it real, giving it to it real, even if it's not news we want to hear. Since October, well, before that, but since October, yeah, I stabled up on a lot of things. It was probably a good move. But yeah, thank you guys for having trade talk again. It sucked while you guys were gone. Pull to grab a mic, and I won't take up too much of your time. I want to hear more, and I want to see these charts. I got it pulled up on the stream, so let's go.
Let's go. Well, you held it down while we were away, man. I know you had that space that was running for like probably 2 weeks straight. I know it was a marathon you had going. So yeah, you did your job to hold it down. We appreciate you, bro. Let's check in with Massimo. Massimo, how you doing, bro? How was the weekend? What are you thinking about this volume drying up on Solana? Buddy confirmed there's only 516 traders on the entirety of Solana right now. You think the action's coming back, or is it headed elsewhere?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm not necessarily concerned. I think, with anything, these swings can be cyclical. I think they, a lot of times can even be misleading on purpose, right? I didn't necessarily feel like, we're in a position to where, we're going to see a massive rip, right? Like, but at the same time, I also don't think we're going to see a massive reset. I think that things are just, cycling through like they always do. And I think, at least at this point right now, I think it's probably, not a necessarily a bad thing that, we really haven't even dropped as bad as it, when you look at all the data with all these, institutions dropping or dumping and stuff like that, like, it hasn't really impacted things on a massive level today. Doesn't mean it's not going to continue, but it's interesting to see. And, I'm more interested in seeing where the money obviously goes. But I also feel like a lot of folks are, kind of just stabling up with some of the unknown. You got some meetings later today, and we'll see. I mean, I guess I want to see where the next, where that money or where that liquidity goes over the next 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, and you're right. Everything is cyclical, right? And like, I don't think anything is going straight to zero. I don't think Bitcoin's going straight to 50K. I commented on somebody's post that was super bullish, talking about USDT dominance and, why I think Bitcoin's going to 50K. and my one friend, she has noties on for me, and I know her IRL, even friends forever, and she texts me like 2 seconds after I make the post. She's like, "Why is Bitcoin going to 50K like right now?" And I'm like, "No, hold up, like there's a time, like that's where I think we're gonna bottom at in the bear market and move sideways for a minute." But yeah, I think a lot of people like they don't think on the longer time frames like our crew's been trained to do.
Absolutely, man.
Good to hear from you, Massimo. Let's throw it over to. We'll let the guy on the other side of the pond go last, so we'll hear from Europe last. You never know what kind of crazy shit's going on in Europe. But let's throw it. I mean, we don't know what kind of crazy stuff Brett has going on either. But I'm gonna gamble on this one and throw it to Brett first. Brett, how you doing? How was your weekend? And what do you think about this Solana activity, man? Is it over for Solana? Is the volume coming back, or is it gonna flow somewhere else?
Oh man, good morning. I'm doing great, man. Got a new worker, after the other one freaking almost drained me of everything. It was great. But yeah, dude, Solana with that volume going down like that and the amount of wallets. I'm actually excited about it. It makes me want to go ahead and start launching, doing some like little launch things and stuff like that again. Because like when nobody's there, it's always who's showing up. You have less competition. You have less people out there. So I think it's a good time to make a name for yourself. Stuff's still going to run, even with that little amount of wallets there. And I just think it's a good time if you're not, very exposed or you're not a big player in the game. It's time to get some, wash away some of that water behind your ears and go ahead and jump in the pond.
I like that outlook, Brett, man. You're like that guy that snitches on the other drug dealers so he can take over the block, So I normally don't like it, but I'm going to respect it today.
Yeah, man. It's I think the stuff's going to come and pick back up. People are still going to want to gamble. They're still going to want to do stuff. So, this is the gambling chain, baby, is, Solana. That's where people are going to be to play. And I think that's going to go bear market, not bear market, whatever it is. It just might be slower or busier at some point in times. But, yeah, good being here, man. I'm glad we're doing this again.
No, it's always fun to show up and vibe with the homies. And guys, if you want to grow, make sure you repost the space and you're at least following Novex, right? That's all we ask for doing this. If you listen in, do it too, right? We give you free trade and stuff. We just ask you to repost and show some love to Novex. But Clutch, man, how was your weekend? What do you think about this dry Solana activity? Only probably 400 now. I think they probably lost 100 wallets while we were talking because we got bearish. But what do you think about this low liquidity on a low volume on Solana? Is it going to come back to Solana, or are we going to see a new meme coin king?
Bro, it's just absolutely brutal. What has been going down here, and the brutality really is in the fact that most people hear some teaching you and they're probably wondering, no way. It's just not that easy, right? And, it's pretty interesting because there's been very few people screaming out bearishness, and some of the famous accounts pushing bearishness, they probably listen to Trade Talk, if we're being honest. Because buzzwords that are buzzwords to someone that doesn't know them versus when I say stuff, it's not a buzzword. CME gap, a lot of bearish momentum, upcoming crossing on the EMAs, the 444s. Yo, how many awesome clips do we probably have of my 444s? 4-year cycle, check. 4% USDT dominance, confirming that was the bottom, check. 4 trillion market cap, check. The brutality is there. And I think, again, the worst part is that people hear this and they don't actually do anything with it. And ultimately, I think that's what the real problem is with most traders. You tell yourself, oh, this is probably going to go up or it's probably going to go down here. When you're on a trade, it's going to go opposite. And instead of closing to reposition where it's going, you hold to that point. People shorting the bottom, people longing the tops is one of the worst problems in crypto, believe it or not. So I want you guys to pay attention to a couple of things here as we get into this TA. For starters, I think we fixed a lot of the mic issues. Emojis? Can you chuck some emojis if I'm coming through loud and clear? Good. It's our first time. Do you guys also notice the charts in 4K? Now, X doesn't support 4K, so it's giving you an upgraded version of 1080, but you can see everything. You can really lock in and pay attention to what you need. Look how crispy and clean the the charts look. So anyways, that's the thing to take advantage of. We're also building a whole bunch of music and just cool stuff for ourselves. But the biggest thing is we are putting everything on a silver platter for most people. And that platter consists of trading education, a place ran on the decentralized world. Not your keys, not your cheese is not an issue on Novex. We also provide educational content on all kinds of levels, from learning inside the TG, getting all kinds of different alpha. We have countless streams going on. I do join Hermit's stream every morning, but he leaves me on hold for 30, 45 minutes. So, but you have so many places throughout the day where you can just absolutely take a lot of information in. And what you do with that information is really what's going to matter when it comes to your trading, because how you apply that knowledge gained will lead to your portfolio growing or not. And that's to the first point that I said, that people would see the chart reversing against them, whether you're in a long or short, and they still won't reverse. They still won't close the trade because there's like a pride thing, or I don't know if someone just doesn't want to close a negative trade. But at the end of the day, you're getting a lot of viciousness in the market. Every pump is getting demolished. We've been on short every scam pump, and people just don't believe it. Well, great. Let's now go over it so we can look at. So I'm going to stop screen sharing here so I can screen share my host screen, and we can go to TradingView. And TradingView, this is where it gets super fun. Before we do that, though, I forgot we must go to CoinMarketCap to look at some basic data. I told you guys that the market cap, holding above 3 trillion was extremely bullish. It was going to give us a chance, but it wasn't looking promising because it wasn't blowing through 3 trillion. It wasn't heading to 3.2, 3.3. which would have confirmed a new high market cap from last cycle, 2 cycles ago. It was 3.3 trillion, 4.5 trillion. We retraced to 2.4 trillion, and now we're back at 3 and struggling at previous cycle all-time high. That was a clue right there, and I've been on top of it. Number 2, fear and greed. More fear. When there's more fear, look for opportunities. Easy longs, easy scalps. Luck favors the bold when it comes to trading. When you're bold, you could create your own luck if you know what to look for. You're not just, I'm going to be bold and just long here with half of my port and full max port leverage. No, that's not boldness. That's stupidity. Boldness is, man, the fear and greed's at the fore. We just saw this big old dump happening in the market, and USDT Dumpy Pumpy is entering the Ramen and Toyota territory that Clutch has been talking about for a year now, actually longer. Bold would be, hey, I'm going to set up a nice long here, and I'm going to take it because it's free money. They're not going to just keep dumping one direction. They're not going to keep pumping one direction. So when I operate like on just what I try to do on myself, when I know it's been pumping a while, being bold is, hey, this is where it's going to end. I could just tell by all this bearish momentum, and I open up these shorts. And I can show you guys on a lot of levels, like this last short, for example, that I was on. So if you noticed, so I shorted this top, closed this bottom, shorted this top, closed here, did not hit all of it. I have a short open right now. Look at my wick. They don't call me the top wick bandit for nothing. It's easy to short. Why here? the 200, low or high. I saw this wick. I saw those EMAs. I was like, dude, before they do anything, they like dragging the EMAs only to pump them straight down like so. I'm getting ready to close this trade, and I'm going to open up a long, but we're going to talk about where we're going to go first. And for starters, we always want to go to the CME. Last night we did a little test stream, and check out how amazing of a time Egon and I had last night, because we were able to find this. Okay. So I should have saved my TA, but anyhow, check out these market makers and how much they try to scam you. On Friday, our candle closed at 90,444. Over the weekend, we went down to 87, 86, 88, right? But then we had that vicious pump. We can correlate it on futures on the 4-hour chart, right? You see this dump? We finally ended up getting that pump that we were looking for. And this pump was simply to go close the gap that it left. Check this out. And I have it closed already just because like I had it on yellow, but immediately, and I'm going to leave it just to the gap that it was. So you notice on Friday, if you pay attention to the CME, look how life can be so easy for you. Andrew, it's amazing. Pay attention to these things, guys, because it matters. On Friday, we closed the candle at 94.40. When the candle opened, the CME opened yesterday, we opened at 88,575. Almost $2,000, guys. $2,000 of a difference. And you seen as soon as that opened, we frickin' pumped right up, and I can close it up on the 4-hour because look how the 4-hour candles, right? Once we finally open, look at the 4-hour candles go. What do you notice here? And I'm zooming in as much as possible. It pumped right to make sure that this gap is considered closed. All the liquidity was grabbed there. Check. Blue. You're welcome. How easy is that? Let's just say you weren't in a trade. CME opens and you see we're way below a gap to the upside. We haven't had gaps to the upside in a minute, but every time they do, after these big old dumps, they close them, right? Dumps, they go close these gaps. There's no more open gaps. There's only one more gap left. And this is where it gets interesting on the CME here. Now, there's a couple bullish things to look at, but not much. Thing number one, low. Higher low. Higher low, question mark? Sure looks like it. But the difference between these lows, the gap in between the 200 EMA and where you are on the EMAs, right? So you just have so much down pressure left. So this CME gap that was left underneath, and when was it left? Let's tap in on the daily. It was on this candle here, which was the first on Monday of December. We had a candle that day that closed at 85,760. The next day, when the CME opened, we opened at 86,935. Again, closed at 85.7, opened at 86.9. $1,200. $1,200 is that easy. It may not seem like a lot, but look at what's happened. Closing these gaps, heading right to this gap. Now, I could technically consider this closed as we got about half. But, man, this is the type of market where the market makers want it all. And you're seeing it. So, for me, the CME looks exactly how it should look. Predictable, because there's a lot of money and it's hard to move a lot of money. Unless it's one directional and the consensus is we're heading there, down or up, right? The CME's consensus has gone to down only since we topped out, and I called and caught triple divergence on the monthly. This was literally the candles that I caught it. What's amazing, Andrew? This is gonna be on, bro. When I caught that triple divergence confirmation on monthly, I said something that I almost never say. I gave a definite answer, like an ultimate phrase that I used was, no, we're freaking going down. This is a 98% move. Every time I've ever caught it, it's happened. So it should be at 100%. But nothing in life is at 100%, Andrew, except sick bastards. There's always going to be many of those. This world's evil. Bunch of evil stuff you keep seeing on the timeline. Stay safe, guys. But nothing is at 100%. But I sure as heck thought that that was close to it. And why? Because this TA is just, it's important. And if you know it, you can literally change your life. One trade at a time, 50, 80, $100 gainer adds up. I've been trading and I have a bigger port than most people when it comes to trading. I trade with a super small fraction of what I'm worth. Why? Because one time that I'm wrong, if I'm trading with a lot of what I'm worth and I lose 30, 40, 60%, I'm now worth that much less. But if I trade with a small percentage and I lose, even if I get liquidated on that whole position, I'm trading with peanuts of my portfolio. Like if I were to get liquidated for a couple $100 position, it's literally going to do nothing. So I've been just trading with a couple $100, dude, nonstop. And I'm the top P&L card on Novex. Why? Because I understand that we are downtrending. And every time there's a pump and I see the CME, okay, it's delayed, the pump is done, I just short. It's been that easy. Let's look at the upcoming pain and why you're seeing this. I've been talking about it. Inverse hammer candle right here on the weekly. This candle opened up, and what do you see? 21 heading to the 50. So that's coming. We've also determined the 5-day pain looks exactly the same, right? Upcoming pain. Then you got the 3-day chart. We're heading towards the 200. We are just not looking good here. And the CME now, the one thing that I can tell y'all is that higher low, right, that we pointed on the daily. Notice how it's looking different here, but it is a higher low macro. So this is why you want to zoom out. You got this low. You got a higher low. Draw the line in the sand, said Solana, said Bitcoin, said everything. Because these lows that they're trying to structure for us and tell us that this is healthy, we're on an uptrend, it's not. This is not a healthy for us ecosystem, guys. It's healthy for market makers that want to grab more liquidity because they're going to, they're going to squeeze you out of these. People are going to jeet their positions here and market makers are going to take them over. They've done so. Everything you look at this chart just kind of tells you, man, there's just a lot of pain coming. And the one that you want to look at the most is the monthly. As the dangerous part here is we're under the 21 EMA. Typically, before we go dumpy on all kinds of charts, you can just track the EMA, the 21, the daily, the 4-hour. It doesn't matter. You can go chart by chart, and once you start losing the 21 EMA, you start really heading down. Once you gain it, you get these big old pumps. For example, we gained 21 at the bottom of the bear. Oops. 1 second. We gained 21 at the bottom of the bear on the monthly, right? We kept pumping and we kept rejecting, but we predicted that we would grab the 21. We cooked. I made life-changing money. I changed my life over knowing what this chart was going to do before I did it. Like, this is what I'm seeing. And then I'm predicting, well, at least these levels, right? 45, 50K. I mean, predicting 125K is almost impossible. Who was going to predict such an accurate 125K? Oh, wait. I did. Because of these alleys. You don't believe me? It's unrecorded. Spaces. I can't wait for AI tools where you can say, yo, did Clutch ever say this before this date? And it's going to be like Chad confirmed. Thank you. 125K, $300 Solana, $5,000 Ethereum. There is a couple of Ethereum guys that I was clowning on and was making fun of them for not even considering cheating at 4,500. I couldn't believe it. SoBoost. Y'all know SoBoost. He's been around here. One of my, I don't even know if he subbed to me still. Who knows what's going on with SoBoost. But anyhow, he cheated all his Ethereum. He was one of the few that said, you know what, dude? I think you got some merit. You know, I think I know what's coming down. And it was pretty cool to see certain people, right? Certain people apply themselves. And that's all I've been trying to do, is getting you to apply yourselves to understand that when we're below 21 on monthly, when we're below 21 on weekly, heading up there, look at this. It's easy. Like, if you're reacting down here to shorts, it's like, bro, the shorts are over here at the tops. That's what we're trying to do, right? A short here, long the lower levels. But when you're using high leverage, I've been telling everybody, if you long, close your damn trade. The CME does not look good, but it does not look terrible in comparison to everything else. But we have all gaps essentially closed, except the one we're on now. But my goodness, it's saying, look, Andrew, look at the chart. It's saying, you know what, bro? You said 50% and you'll call it close. Well, it just cheated a little bit more while we were talking. It's like the market makers are watching Trade Talk and they're like, yeah, it's that obvious. A regular retail trader has us made. All right, just cheated. What are we waiting for? It's just funny how I keep catching these things, but it's not hard. It's not rocket science. It does take conviction. It does take boldness. So when I say, you know, luck favors the bold, I create my own luck by trying to make these dudes out. And I have, and I do, and I continue to do so, and life is good. Trade on Novex.finance. You'll see what I mean. On the futures chart for Bitcoin, here's the dangerous part. On the 3-day, we're above the 200 on futures, on CME futures. But on the 3-day, here we're below the 200 for Bitcoin. Bitcoin front runs everything for the most part. And what's funny is Bitcoin has the CME and then it has futures, two different ecosystems. You would think if you use the statement Bitcoin trails or, you know, leads the rest of the market. Okay, which Bitcoin? That's a good question, isn't it? Ask yourself that question. What do I mean by that? Go down that rabbit hole. I've already done so. And I've already came to the conclusion that it's CME. That's why futures always front runs this. And we're now at 85.8. We're at 85.895 on the CME. And we are officially above the CME price on futures. Wow. Live. It happened just now. We are seeing Bitcoin about to grab 86K on futures. And we are seeing the CME at, yeah, basically at the same price. Yo, this is, let me just make sure. Yeah. The CME and futures are trading at the same level. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Why is that important? It's been months of me tracking this, and I've been waiting. Remember, we got to like $80, $100, $200 price difference. We now see futures above the CME. You bulls, delusional. Take that note down and pay attention. See how long it lasts. We are now at 85,740. We're at 85.9. So that lasted 2 1-minute candles. No. As I was, guys. The CME is back to being above, and futures is back to being below. By the way, can y'all throw me an emoji? just to confirm the sound is still good. Thank you. Appreciate you. Alex, you're telling your sad face? That's your emoji of choice? You're just sad? You must have longed the top. And it shows. Freaking nasty. Anyways. Hey.
Another blind crypto account, man.
No, I mean, there's only 500 of them active. So you just blew 3.2% of the active wallets on Solana. Oh man. Yo, someone stop this man. We need freaking wellness checks on all our bullish homies. Ghost got put on timeout today. Y'all notice Ghost ain't up here? The Just a Lotto page is up here because the Just a Lotto page understands the assignment. You don't long the tops and you don't short the bottoms. Monica Leprinsky has been trying to warn y'all that we should just buy. And Bill Printon came in and said, hey, enough is enough. I'm Bill Printon, in case you haven't figured it out. Monica Leprinsky, she's on timeout right now. No telling when the ban will be lifted. But what I will say is, shout out to Ghost for letting me know every time I should short. Every time you guys call longs in the Discord or in the TG. Oh, man. Licking my chops. Ooh, yes. The bullish calls went in on all these public indicators, on all these free indicators. It's like the best thing for market makers to do.
We're on a delay. I will not stand for this part.
I was waiting for it. He's on the delay, but listen. Oh, man, it's so bad. When all the favorite Web3 indicators are telling me yes, my body is telling me no. I'm sorry, guys. It's a little funny. But that was a little bit of fun. Ghost actually sees green and takes green. He doesn't hold on to positions. He's okay. He's okay for now. But we make fun of him just to keep his, feet to the fire. Have y'all ever gone into the Tony Robbins stuff or, have seen the Tony Robbins concerts and motivational stuff? This is something for make y'all walk on coal. Bro, I went there one day. They started going to walk on coal. And I'm like, bro, my feet are soft. That's going to hurt. I don't got callous feet. I'm a sales guy. My hands are soft. Smells good. Yeah. I can't be walking on coal to find motivation. You freaking people. But I do understand putting people's feet to the fire definitely does help. But all right, enough messing around. Bill Printon's out here, trolling y'all a little bit. But not much love. Shout out to Ghost. I got to keep him honest, though. You make sure he's not longing too long until it's time. But we'll get there. A quick little check on Bitcoin dominance, and it tells us what? Bitcoin's still dominating. When Bitcoin dominance it's maintaining and USDT dominance is pumping, so it's leaving alts, heading to Bitcoin. Got it. Get it? Good. Take that note. Enjoy. Briefing through this chart just to kind of show you. On the daily, just look how sideways this chart looks, but it just means that of all the liquidity spikes, Bitcoin's going to keep most of it, while USDT dumpy pumpy is doing absolute numbers. I am so scared of this chart. Look at it. It's on the weekly. Look how bullish this freaking chart looks. Bull flag, breaking previous highs. Testing the full wick before, if it can take this wick down, okay, the wick on August 5th, 2024 on a weekly candle, we wick to 6.767. On the candle of the 17th of November, the day before my birthday, the day of that candle, the start of that candle, we went to 6.749. 767 before, 749 this time. What I need you to understand that is a difference of 0.018. Let's just call it 0.02. Jeez. This wick here told us what happened. It's not time for a bear market. Completely got shredded. Even after a false pump, they ate it all up, and we went on these little bounces. Well, this wick here that we went through recently in November made bulls think, well, that wick was lower than this one. It's a lower swing high. I caught the bull flag. I caught the upcoming bearishness on all these other charts. And you're seeing it. The 50 is about to cross over the 200. Look at this. It's right there. On our TA yesterday, we were talking about how these wicks weren't looking good, that we were just wicking to the 8, while the 8 was just absolutely going parabolic, pointing at 2 o'clock. Have any of you guys ever pointed at 2 o'clock? You only point at 2 o'clock to signify something big, because nothing happens good at 2 o'clock other than naps. Right? Nap time is good time. But USDT Pumpy Dumpy is telling us that we are absolutely bullish. We're going to go to the 2 week, and then you're going to just see how much more bullish it looks. Why did we get these pumps? These upcoming crosses. Go to the monthly. Same thing. We don't have any other crosses, but it's testing these wicks. This is insane what they're trying to do, but they can't hide it. Especially since I've been on top of making sure we all knew the Toyota and Ramen territory and this lifetime trend. I still know to the candle on the 3-day when it was so obvious that we were about to rip. Look at this. I called it. There's a show. You can go record it. We were doing everyday spaces. This candle right here, this candle. I had noticed 2 things. The wick was getting eaten up, and that low is higher than this previous low. So that was one. That was a very, very easy tell. Okay. Next thing that we noticed was all bearish crossing. Because remember, bearishness on this chart means your bags go up. On dumpies, your bags pump. On pumpies, you get racked. But what I had already noticed was that all the big time frames up to this point, look at the 4-hour. Anything I go look at, right? And I go down here. All bearish crossing had happened. We were low right there. Check this out. Even on the 4-hour, you can see when I made that call. Because it was literally during our show. Shout out to the clips guys that could probably go out and find that. But right around the 6th, 7th, 5, 6, 7th, 8th, whatever that was exactly, I basically said it's the end of the market. And I have a clip stating that if we find support at 4.5%, it is. This is 4.5%. We rip right through, never saw 4.5% again since then. And all we've gotten is every pump, because every time this chart dumps, I just absolutely short. After this is done and I see we're going back up, short, boom. Okay, I'm done. Boom, short again here. Okay, I'm done. For sure, I'm shorting the 200 EMA on USDT Dumpy on the 4. Absolutely is paid off. We went to Toyota and Ramen. We pulled back where? To that 200 EMA, in which I've longed ever since. But not longed the market. I longed this chart, meaning I took freaking shorts. I started selling things because I knew it was over. And that's exactly what we've gotten. And I've been able to pinpoint these things by looking at upcoming crossing versus upcoming bullish crossing versus upcoming bearish crossing. And right now, look at all the bullish crossing, everything. We're breaking through zones, breaking through everything. And on the 6th day, a 6-hour, 8-hour, all these things, all the bullish crossing already happened. And that's what's dangerous, because this isn't supposed to be happening just like this. But you're getting all this bullish momentum on this chart, which isn't good. So what tells me is that it's almost getting ready to end, guys. I've been real bearish. This is where I start getting just a little bullish. Because what's this chart going to do? Okay, it might rip and go through this motion before it goes to test this lifetime trend, right? Is that possible? If so, we're already at 6.5%. I can start longing here with conviction once we break out of the zone and head to the bear market levels. Bear market levels are all right here. I'm close. And it feels good to know what's coming down here, not just up here. We rode this. We've cooked. Christmas monies. Thank you to the market. It's awesome. But what's awesome is I'll rather long here, be wrong a little bit, and then just keep cooking than most of y'all that started longing down here. You saw one green candle and you saw all this and you said, oh, it's a lower high. It's a lower high. It's going to stay here. Wrecked. I knew it wouldn't because of the macro. You guys saw this little trend. I saw this trend. Oops. My bad, guys. But you saw that little trend, right? You saw this trend. I saw this trend. Big bank always takes little bank. Big time frame always takes little time frame. Massimo, can you understand that? Massimo, say that one more time, please, just to make sure you fully understood that. Come on, Massimo. Who's going to save Massimo? Buddy? Big time frame takes little time frame. You guys got to program this stuff. Come on. Brent, what does that mean? Big time frame takes little time frame.
Clutch them down bad right here, man. It means what it means right there.
Yeah, it just means you're going to get the bamboo stick. That's what that was. Don't speak unless you know the answer. It means that if you're doing your TA on the smaller time frame, stop. Enter your trades on the smaller time frame, but technical analysis is very, very important. It doesn't always guarantee that you're going to know what's coming, but if you do technical analysis on a big old monthly time frame like this, you can 100% eat on all these wicks. You can eat at all these levels and understand the chart better. I've done that with every chart. Check out my CME chart on the forever time frame, on the monthly time frame, like my forever chart. Boom. Futures. Actually hasn't saved. I have to save it on this one, but I stopped saving it on here because I use the CME chart. But anyways, now let's go to Solana. Oh my goodness, I hadn't even looked at Solana. Is that bad? 124? Why didn't anybody tell me? Oh man, I'm so down bad. I don't know how I'm gonna eat today. Oh wait, never mind. I'm not a permanent bull on the micro. I'm a macro perma bull, but micro ejectocito, cuz. But you see, I got my lifetime charts. Lifetime monthly TA trumps all. Big time frame TA takes little time frame TA. You better remember that one next, Brad. I'm on to you. On the weekly here, nasty. We're right up to frickin' 200 for Solana. This doesn't frickin' look good. What in the market looks good is the only thing that I said for Bitcoin, and it's what you see for Solana. Oh, well, we're technically on a higher low. You better watch this wick here that we got on the weekly, 7th of April. We wicked to $95.26. If we lose $95, we're heading down. Promise you. Guarantee you. When they grab liquidity at these levels, it only confirms they're going to go grab the rest of this liquidity. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to $60 Solana, maybe even $40 Solana, and that ends up being the bottom. That lines up with Ethereum just going straight to nothingness. Because what's bullish for Ethereum here? Let's see. Oh, it's a higher low. Oh, look at this. Low. Low. Are we on a higher low here? Well, Ethereum's trying to hold on as if the market's not going to zero. So here's a question I have for you. You don't find it very suspicious that Ethereum waited till the absolute top and the obvious point where the market was going to go down to finally wake up and start front running things? You don't find that very particular at all? The one chain that does nothing, sells on you, creates back doors so you can come in. I'm like little Joker. No more locked doors. I don't like the back doors. Back doors are for degenerates. Okay? Because if you're ever let in through the back door, it means they don't want to see you in the front of the block. They don't want to let you in through the front door. It's too embarrassing. I can't let my neighbors know that you're visiting. Freaking nasty. I'm going to send your ass to the back. Okay? We can't have all these Packer fans knowing that Buddy's a Bears fan and he's visiting my house. No chance, bro. No freaking chance. Imagine Bart Starr comes to visit or Brett Favre comes to visit and I have a freaking Bear fan there. Yeah, not happening. But if you do show up, I'm only letting you in through the back door. Okay? So that's my point. Backdoor bandits are terrible. Ethereum people, that's backdoor bandits. Okay? I know Andrew's having fun with that one, and there'll probably be some clips of this one. But the reality is, I found it extremely fishy that Ethereum waited 2 years to finally wake up and do something. If you just don't see this move as a complete freaking scam, I don't know what is. You noticed that on the easiest short of the decade, damn near other than Z-Trash at 700, just short. That wick, that run on the daily by Ethereum was a facade. All that was, Andrew, was Vitalik said, yo, okay, I won't sell for the weekend. Fine. Okay. Fine. I won't sell for a week, guys. He woke up today. As soon as he broke his agreement, or as soon as he completed his agreement, the Ethereum Foundation said, all right, bro, this is enough is enough. Thank you for the liquidity. Oh, my goodness. Ethereum is so easy to scam. It's freaking gross. There's only one person that owns that much supply. I wish you guys knew tokenomics. You'd be so disgusted at Ethereum. Solana's not looking good. Ethereum's not looking good. But hey, they're higher lows. Let's go with that. Z-Trash. Can somebody please pump this trash to 700 so I can short it with conviction again?
Just one more time.
Just one more time. Guys, TA is important for one reason and one reason only. It's the same reason why when you go to a baseball game, it's extremely important to not lollygag and keep your eye on the ball. TA is so good when you are aware of potential moves, bearish or bullish. You're not surprised by them. I've been extremely bearish over the last couple months. Not many people have, but I have. Every time there's a massive pump, I don't go, oh, I think I'm going to miss out on this freaking fabulous gift. No, I say, time to short. I can't predict when the pumps are coming because we're in a bear market, but I can tell you when the pump is over. When we were in a bull market, I couldn't predict the dumps, but I would know when they would be over. So if you want to learn how and when to operate, when to strike, keep tuning in to Trade Talk, powered by Novex Finance, where it's an exchange that you control your keys, decentralized. We are built by traders for traders, and we are powered by Orderly One. Yours truly is also the community lead for Orderly Network's community growth. And we're working on a lot of things. One of them being, you're seeing these streams, you're seeing the charts. They look so much better. It's crystal clear. The audio is getting better. We're getting ready to start gaming. We're getting ready to start music producing. We're getting ready to start competitions in so many levels, and we're getting ready to enjoy the pain. Because when the pain strikes, that's when you really learn and grow from there. What has made me a trader that's to be respected, that's to be feared by these market makers? When the pain came, I really took the lesson that was important to learn. And that's that I only kept getting cooked because I was trading with greed and non-portfolio management. Well, enough is enough. Treat your portfolio like a company and you're the CEO, baby. And just know that if you're making 30, 50, 100 bucks a day, to make that kind of money, you have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in your bank account for them to give you the 0.01% yield that adds up to $20, $30 a month. You get to do that daily. I do that daily. Sometimes I don't trade. Like over the weekend, I didn't make too many trades this weekend. It's only 2 for 2. But I made my daily goals with 2 I made my 3-day goal with 2 trades. Be ready. Always be on the lookout and understand Trade Talk is here for you traders, for you people that want to change your lives. The gift of information is something that we all have. YouTube, ChatGPT, Grok, you name it. We can all get really good at anything. You now have the tools. You now have the platform. You also have Trade Talk. You got Clutch and Company, Novex and Company, and we just simply don't miss. Ask around. We're hated by delusional bulls. Unless you're a good one. Then you'd realize, damn, I love that dude. Because he tells me the things that nobody else will, and he shows me the things that nobody else will. So enjoy the rest of your day. Get with us. We just simply don't miss. And we show up every day so you don't have to. I know we may not host a space every day anymore, but we're still here every single day. Back to you, Andrew, so we can wrap up the stream. He wasn't ready. Let's tap in with my son real fast. WBA, how you doing, bro? Man, I don't mind the farming during Christmas, especially with a cute hat.
Hey, I'm here.
For sure. How are you, bro?
I'm alive, bro. How are you?
Good, man. How do you like these streams now? Were you able to watch the charts and just kind of follow along?
I was listening in, yeah. I've been cleaning the house while I was listening to you.
All right, sick. We're gonna have to get you on these streams so then we can maybe have streams where all we do is troll reply guy. Have some fun.
Yeah, bro, man.
That'll be fun. Yeah, man. Just, we're heading towards painful time in the markets, and that just simply means the sharpest will survive. And dude, you've been through a bear. You made it to this bull in the transition, and you survived this barely. But but yeah, man. How's your journey in how's your journey been as a trader? I know you're not necessarily the best trader around, but I know you've learned the trenches and you figured out a bunch of stuff, man. So anything you can share?
I've been taking a break. I mean, since, everything's kind of shit right now, I've just been laying low, waiting for things to bounce back so I can get on some good plays. And yeah, I don't know, I've just been laying low.
For sure. Well, it's good to see you around. Let's tap in with Dev the Kid up here as well. Dev the Kid, I don't know who you are, but you're up here. You are following me, so that's a good thing. What's good, fam?
What's good? What's good? How it's going today?
It's going absolutely terribly. I long the top. I continued to DCA because my favorite influencer told me Astro to $73 is programmed. I am extremely down bad, Dev Kid. I really need a chip and a chair. Is there anything you can do for me that can literally help me eat today, as I am extremely down, longing the market uncontrollably?
I don't know. Maybe.
What do you got then?
Send me your Vesper wallet. Do you have like Ada? Cardano?
Oh man, if I were to send you my Cardano wallet, Victoria, my wife, is going to open up a Tinder page and she's going to start dating. I do not condone my wife dating outside of my crypto circle. I don't like that. There's no chance she's buying Cardano. No, that's not happening, bro. I don't have a Cardano wallet. What is a Cardano wallet? My goodness. Down bad.
It's a wallet for a token named Ada. Vesper is a wallet, yeah.
Bro, this sounds like a trick. Are you playing tricks on me?
I ain't have time for tricks. You clearly can search on Google Vesper wallet.
Okay. You promise you're not messing with me?
I'm not.
I'm going to trust you, bro. But trusting people has led me to zero. Please help me. Who else haven't we tapped in with? Deb the Kid, thank you for being here. I'm just trolling a little bit. You're probably one of Alex's friends.
Yeah, good, man. The film look really good, man. Like in 4K everywhere. It's beautiful.
It's freaking beautiful. Did you test Rumble, YouTube, all the other places?
No Facebook. I didn't make it to Rumble. I saw on YouTube. It looks sexy, man. Really sexy. Your voice is even sexier on YouTube, you know?
Beepity boppity.
Beepity boppity. You can go back to YouTube and listen to yourself back. You know, if you need to get to sleep at night.
Right.
You can,
Just cozy. Just cozy.
And, yeah.
I like it, bro.
Did I hear my language being spoken?
Beepity boppity. Boppity beepity.
Hey.
Hey. Well, listen, guys. You could have been anywhere else, but you vibed here because you know Trey Talk is here for you. It's not here for me. I don't need this. I want this, though. I want you to want this. I want you to know that this can be achievable. You can achieve your dreams by simply knowing where the chart is going. We all call that craziness. I call it the West Side crypto hustle. Oh, it didn't work. There he goes. Peace out, everybody. I'll catch you on the next episode. You already know. Trade Talk every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern.
Light up, glow brighter than the Vegas Strip. CME gaps got the streets on a crypto trip. Candles dancing, wicks slicker than a hustler's drip. Novix move silent, no need for a clip. Legend in the trade, fingerprints on the block. Blockchain buzzing every tick like a Glock. Defy dreams, I'm stacking on that Eve rock. Wallet full of alpha keys, turn never lock. Novix finance, where the game gets flipped. Candle pattern sparking every chart we grip. Decentralized hustle, never sink, never slip. West side grind, making coins do flip. Bulls charge hard, bears lurking in the fog. Patterns in the smoke, I'm the wizard with the law. Fibonacci spirals, I'm the code in the car. Crypto moves sharper than a diamond-studded dog. Green and red candles paint Picasso on the screen. Liquidity pulls deep, pockets never lean. Whale swim silent, but I peep the scheme. Alpha moves nightly, cashing out the dream. From the Satoshi code to the ether's flame. Novix rewrites rules in this money game. Trust speak the gospel, prophets proclaim. West side rider, blockchain my claim.
Oh, yeah. We just don't miss. We just don't frickin' miss. Enjoy. Get good. You can be better than me. you have me.